Ouais. Hey, oh, no one heard that because I hadn't unmuted him yet. Hey, okay. So, first off, Brook's here, I promise.
Hi.
He's just his disembodied voice until he figures out what's going on with his camera. We don't know. This is live. This is live YouTube, folks. Welcome to Plausible Deniability. I'm Michael Cross.
Johnnie Payne.
And I'm Brook Bullock.
Somewhere
out there.
No one heard that. I'm Brook Bullock.
Amanda and I are sitting for some really great people, and so I'm in a different room here that doesn't have the best lighting for doing what we're doing. I didn't bring my ring light, so I'm blinding myself with my phone. There's a little can light behind me. There's one right over my head, just like the aliens are getting me.
Yeah, like you're being
Raptured.
You're being abducted.
Yes, it's blinding me.
Let's see. I better pull out the chat here so I can see if anyone's chatting with us.
Woohoo!
Oh my gosh! Look at all these people. We got Jessica, Andrew, Curtis, Ruffles, and Falcor. Boy, you guys are awesome. Look at y'all. No, I'll pull that out here.
I know that dude.
Me too. Hey, so has everyone had a good couple weeks?
It's been busy, but it's been like that good busy, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Well, okay. The things I do for fun have been good busy. I'll say that.
So while we're waiting everyone to load up, so let me tell you what I did. Last Saturday, I think it was last Saturday. So last Saturday, the Saturday before. Anyway, we went on a indie book store crawl. Bookstore crawl. Yes. So we went to Literati Press down on the Paseo, went to Commonplace Books, went to Speeding Bullet Comics, went to the Green Feather Books, and both of those are obviously in Norman, and then all the way up to Best of Books in Edmond, and had a great time. And I just want to show you some of the books that I picked up. You guys ready?
I want to see them. I want to know all the cool stuff you found.
Okay. So first off,
sounds way cooler than the Friends of the Library thing the Fairgrounds does.
Yes. And so first off, there's this.
Okay.
I didn't even know there was a sequel.
Be prepared.
I loved the first book. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. The movie didn't do it justice at all.
Right.
Wasn't even close. But so looking forward to reading that. Then I'm walking around Green Feather Books in Norman, right? And I'm like, I don't know. There's just tons of books just everywhere. And I'm like, I don't know. What am I kind of interested in? I don't know. And this was just sitting out on display. It's called Legends and Lattes. It is, and I've already started, I'm almost halfway through. It is a book about this orc an adventurer who decided to give up. I'm done. And so I'm going to open up a coffee shop in a fantasy world where nobody knows what coffee is.
He can serve sandwiches.
So Legends and Lattes, I highly recommend this book. It is very, very good. I feel like I'm in like reading Rainbow. Next at Literati Press, I got, and if anybody has not read We Promised Utopia, this is fantastic. Great to have you here, Brook.
I'm so excited to be here.
We Promised Utopia, made by the Literati Press here in Oklahoma, so I highly recommend go to Literati Press, pick up any title that they have. Glamorella's Daughter, We Promise Utopia, Blackjack Demon, any of these. Res Detectives, they're all very good, so check that out. Also, at Speeding Bullet Comics, I found this. Dungeons and Dragons Ravenloft. It's Victra Mordenheim, who is basically, it's the female Frankenstein version. It's the female version of Frankenstein. And it's her story. I haven't read this one yet. I'm really, really, really excited about that. So, got that. Also, at Speeding Bullet Comics, I found...
Now he's just bragging.
I know.
Go on, go on.
This. It's a prequel graphic novel to the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
That's awesome.
So
Pretty good.
Yeah, that was all the stuff that I found. I have so little time to read. So, this is probably 6 months worth of reading, just this right here, because I just don't have time to read. So I'm very, very excited about all these books, and just, yeah, it was a good time. It's a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What about you, Johnny? What have you been up to?
Besides being in bad lighting, let's see. Since last time, I watched Shazam for the first time ever, and then watched the sequel.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah.
I haven't seen the sequel yet. It's gotten mixed reviews. What's the official Johnny Payne take on it?
It was definitely not the first movie. It was fun.
Okay.
But it was not as good as I don't want to say good because it wasn't bad. It was just the first movie was like, wow, yeah, I get it. And then the second one was like, this is a movie. It was
yeah.
By any means, I don't think it was terrible. I don't think it deserves a lot of the reviews that it got. It was a good movie, I'll sit and watch a movie and be like, man, this is terrible, and turn it off, or force myself through it maybe or something. But no, it was good. I was very happy with it. Yeah. So, and then I recorded a podcast last weekend.
Yes. Yes.
Woo!
On Sunday, we actually recorded episodes 29 through 32. By the way, I did the math. Episode 32 that we recorded on Sunday, that's episode 150.
What? Oh, wow.
Because we had 118 episodes
You're
the first campaign, and 32. I can do simple math. That's 150. So episode 32, which we recorded on Sunday, is actually episode 150 for Red Dirt D&D.
That's
also, since we last talked, I received a lot of really cool stuff in the mail.
Oh, yeah?
Ordered by Wayfinder Legends. There'll be a video next week.
Cool.
I'll say right now there'll be a video this weekend, but there'll be a video by middle of next week.
So the stuff came in a box?
It came in like 7 boxes. It's pretty cool.
I think I know what kind of video this might be.
Yeah.
Talk to me again, Brook. I'm turning your volume up a bit.
I'm right here, just talking away.
I think that's a little better.
A moment ago, I mouthed the word, so that was,
Okay. No. You were actually just a little bit lower than the rest of us. So I'm boosting you up a bit on.
But that's true in everything we do with Red Dirt. It's just a little bit lower than the rest of the folks.
So what about you, Brooke? What have you been doing?
On the work side, like the thing I do for money.
Yes.
I've been just prepping kids like crazy for their big advanced placement college board national test that was on Wednesday. So today we were very zen. We had a very just chill, but that's been all the culmination, the big state final championships, right? Were what was coming up on yesterday, Wednesday. So today was just, yay, we made it, and just relaxing. But I've had more fun hanging out with the Red Dirt folks, and then the Discord's been rocking. The banter going on there has been awesome. Behind the scenes, we retooled the Patreon levels, and then fantastic, smart people push that out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get to say the M word? That's now new and live and everything that we're so excited about.
The M word?
Yeah, merchandise.
Oh, merchandise. Yes, we do need to talk about merchandise. We are.
That's out there now, and super excited about that. I'm just thrilled to have that out there. And as you said, because everybody's May and 1st of June schedule was so crazy, we needed to record back to back at Red Dirt. So we were there a couple weeks ago, and then we were back last weekend. So. Yeah.
In fact, I spent Tuesday, because it didn't go until late Monday. It was past my bedtime when it finally went live. I did actually buy some stuff immediately from our Red Dirt merch store. So, folks, real quick, Johnny just mentioned about the fact that he's going to put out some videos soon. So, if you are watching this right now, whether you're watching it live or whether you're going to watch it later when we've already recorded it, go hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on this YouTube page, because the more subscribers we get, the better. And if you're subscribed, then you get notified whenever videos come out. So,
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Johnny's put out a couple really fun shorts.
Yeah.
Wayfinder Legends team member Hal has helped him out with a couple cool things. So,
Well, I put my camera at you once, and that was pretty neat. People seem to like that. So,
yeah.
Yep. I think we've got a bunch of people here. How about we do some trivia?
how dare you?
You all ready?
Woohoo.
You all ready?
dare
Hey,
you.
everybody out there, you ready? Do we know what? Are we starting new? Is this a new one or is this a?
I think this is the culmination last round episode, and I got a couple chat things that said, as they often do, that said, hey, I think I have 4 points instead of 3, and so I will double check those with the records just to make sure that when I was copy and pasting to the new leaderboard, I didn't mess anything up. So I think we'll know a winner tonight. I would do it right away, except for the computer died.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
That's
That's why you need to turn your phone like sideways.
Oh, I can do that for sure. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that way you can.
Once you get the task, he's like, I can do that. Hold on.
I just. There it is. There it is. That way we're not seeing a little,
Sliver.
yeah.
I always get a other people are like, I always like to do it landscape. And then people are like, no, you got to do it up and down. And so I started that way.
Why would you do it up and down?
That's what I say. I'm like, what's crazy?
Nothing on the
TikTok,
planet is that everything is landscape.
Exactly.
So everything you should record should be landscape. Everything should be landscape
For
It's like,
grognards.
hey,
because that's how screens are.
that's how they work.
Yeah. So okay. And I'll probably get a bunch of ad stuff on the chat whenever I say that, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna at you. I'm gonna at you on the chat.
But I don't understand. It's everyone's screen is.
Yeah,
Right.
TikToks, YouTube. So those YouTube shorts that I took of like Brook and Hal and the thing, all up and
Yeah.
not sideways.
See, it
yeah.
should be sideways. It should be landscape.
No,
Because that's how
But
I
if
look
it-
for things on my.
If it was that way, and
I
then put it on there, it would be a thin strip across the window.
On a phone,
Because-
but not on my beautiful, wonderful screens here. Not on my television. In my television is this little tiny sliver.
Let's do trivia.
It looks like you're not doing it in HD. Like you're doing it in standard recording. Like I'm watching an old Star Trek: The Next Generation episode
Man,
on my HD TV. All right, here we go. We're gonna start with Monsters and Miscellany. I think is green. We'll find out later. Here we go. Which of the following is not a known type of Qualls feather token anchor? Either an no, sorry, I'm having trouble reading. Which of the following is not a known type of Qualls feather token? Anchor, arrow, fan, or tree? Which of the following is not a known type of Qualls feather token? An anchor, an arrow, a fan, or a tree?
Michael, I think we might have had this question last week.
No, I think we had it. Did we have it last week? Oh, shoot.
I'm not sure.
Am I? Oh, you know what? I might be repeating. Hold on a second. I might be repeating. Let's not do that. We're gonna have to cancel that one. Cancel.
Meanwhile, there were some people in the chat going, I got this one.
Abort. We need. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I didn't pull out from the new ones. That's the problem. Abort.
That was a test. That was a test one. See if you're paying attention.
That was. Okay, here we go. I got a real one now. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go.
It's all right.
Let's try this again. U tree. See there, Andrew got it. Okay, here we go. Pipes of the sewers are a magic item that allows you to summon what kind of creature? This should be pretty easy. I'm figuring we're going to see a whole bunch up there, so you got to get it in first. Pipes of the Sewers are a magic item that allows you to summon what kind of creatures? Chuds.
Is this plausibility after dark? Because I have an answer, but I may need to wait.
Oh, look at that. Jessica, right off the bat. Twice. Yes, the answer is...
This isn't Magic the Gathering. You can't just get a judge.
It is, of course, rats. It is, of course, rats because, it's like the Pied Piper and it's sewers. Yeah. Infernal rats. Infernal rats. Yes, you did, Andrew. Yep. All right, here we go. Second question. We all ready?
We're ready.
Okay. Oh, we lost Brook. There he is.
I don't know where I'm.
All right. History. What year did Wizards of the Coast release the Silver Anniversary Collector's Edition of D&D? There's a couple of hints there. It's Trivial Pursuit. So a lot of times, if you can figure out silver, and you know when D&D came out, you might be able to get this one. If you know the Silver Anniversary.
I'm going to guess 1925.
1925. Wouldn't that be weird if, like, D&D was, like, 100 years old?
That would be pretty cool.
Obviously 60 years old.
People are trying to do math.
Still trying to figure it out. We still have not gotten the correct answer. We've had Jessica with 89, Andrew with 86, Kinder with 96, Curtis with 2002, Hal with 2001.
Hey, Kinder. Now we're talking chainmail was the birth
Curtis
of
with
D&D
1776.
Blue box, white box.
It's very hard to find out.
Silver Anniversary Collector's Edition. So again, Silver Anniversary. If you know what the Silver Anniversary is,
then you have a chance.
And you know what year they came out. Carrie said her birthday. Her birth year. 1991. No. Jessica said 1994. We still haven't gotten it. So, okay.
Just give it, Michael.
Well, here's the hint. A Silver Anniversary is the 25th anniversary. Let's see if you got 25th anniversary of Dungeons & Dragons. To give you guys a hint, we're about to celebrate the 50th anniversary next year.
Oh, so that means I could take it's 2023 and
You're
then
an English teacher. You're not going to get this math.
Right,
Kinder Thulu, 1999. D&D was created in 1974, and its silver anniversary was 1999. So
that's fantastic.
D&D is 1 year older than I am.
Wow. Yeah, D&D is 5 years younger than I am. That's a kick in the pants. All right.
Hey, you missed out on those 5 years of gaming? Is that what you're frustrated about?
Well, and, it's like I was talking to my son once, and I said, I lived in a world that did not have Star Wars. There was a time in my life that Star Wars did not exist. My son will never know what that's like. He'll never know a world where there was no Star Wars. We lost you again, Brook.
Oh, cheese and crackers. Anyway.
All right. Monsters.
I'm still here.
Yes, you are still here. We can't get rid of him, no matter what.
No. I sprayed.
Raid! Okay, monsters. What creature combines the bodily features of a human and bird and lures victims with an entrancing song?
Ooh.
The chicken lady from Kids in the Hall.
Isn't that Baba Yaga? No, that's her hut. Wait a minute. What creature combines the bodily features of a human and bird and lures victims with an entrancing song? It is not a siren.
No, sirens are.
You're thinking about the song, but not the bodily image.
Yes.
And Kiri. Kendra's got it. Harpy. I was gonna say Kiri. We fought one. We fought these things before. So harpies.
Yay!
A harpy. Which, by the way, if you've ever seen The Last Unicorn, their harpy was disturbing as. I'll just say AF. Right.
There are
As
harpies
foretold.
in Shazam too.
Is there really?
There are.
That's really cool.
There's a lot of cool things in Shazam too. Yeah.
That is very, very awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I think hopefully this weekend we're going to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to
Cool.
see that. I got to try and see that on opening weekend. Try to see Marvel movies opening weekend. All right. Here we go. What does the S in the S series of modules, such as S1 Tomb of Horrors, stand for?
Hope.
What? it's
it's
right. Yes,
because there is no hope in Tomb of Horrors.
Tomb of Horrors. It's what every player says halfway through it.
Smurfs.
Smurfs.
My plan stands for hope.
I don't even know this one. Oh well.
I don't know this one either.
Hold on, Ruffles and Feathers. Sorry, it's just there is one in it. I didn't mean to spoil. It doesn't destroy the movie.
Okay.
There's also a superhero in it.
Andrew Sheffy got it. Although Curtis, just for creativity, you might win a point. Because if anyone's played Tomb of Horrors, and what was really funny was I actually threw my players into the 5th edition version of that and didn't tell them they were going to be playing in it. And they got into the first tunnel, and my son goes, "Oh my gosh, this is Tomb of Horrors, isn't it?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, Dad. Unfortunately, all the characters are 15th level and had flying.
Smart.
They did nothing. They just flew through Tomb of Horrors. Didn't affect them at all. Great. Anyway, it says you got to have them powerful, but 5e powerful characters are near gods at 15th level. So, all right. Here we go. What is the alignment of those who do whatever they can get away with without compassion or qualms? What is the alignment of those who do whatever they can get away with without compassion or qualms?
Capitalists.
He says from his iPhone.
That's right.
That's right.
I am a big one. That's why I want the rules to work for me. So
Now let's see how many people get this, because it might not be the one everyone's thinking of. So we'll see how many.
Well, you got to give a very short time frame on this, or people are just going to start shouting every alignment.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll let them run through the. Well, that's true.
You got one shot. You got one answer.
You got one shot, because you can't just throw out every one of them.
Answer to enter and saying answer to enter and saying answer to enter.
And I will say right now, nobody has gotten it. We've gotten Jessica with Chaotic Evil and Lawful Evil, Hal with Chaotic Evil, Jessica with Lawful Evil, Curtis Selby. Curtis might win this one just because of that.
just because a half point.
Yes, because you are
Half
absolutely
point.
right. And I yes. Kendra Thulu comes in with Neutral Evil.
Woo!
Neutral Evil is correct. Neutral Evil is the correct answer.
Is that the third one that Kendra's gotten right?
I think so.
I think it's the 7th in a row from the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Here we go. Final question. What is the term for extra-dimensional spacers of varying size and origin, such as those created by spells or folds in reality? Sorry, What is the term for... I'm sorry, my eyes. I'm 54 years old, folks. What is the term for extra-dimensional spaces of varying sizes and origin, such as those created by spells or folds in reality?
I don't know but it's where socks and hangers
That's right.
and sometimes pens go. I
That's
know
right.
that.
Socks every time. And underwear. It's horrible. What is the term for extra-dimensional spaces of varying size and origin, such as those created by spells or folds in reality?
I think Kinder Thulu may have got this one too.
He did not.
Okay.
He did not. Got bags of holding, pocket dimension, an empty pants pocket. Dryer sheets.
I think I have a guess.
This one, because of the answer, it might not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still waiting on a few more people here.
Kind of like bag of holding. I think my guess is more an item than the space itself. So I think my guess is going to be wrong.
But if you think about a bag of holding, and no, still working on that. Keep bragging about losing underwear. Tea kettles, conjuration, special anomalies. Okay, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give you guys about 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Fireball.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm gonna say no. Nobody got it. Oh wait.
You're giving me a heart attack. What?
Kinder Thulu.
Out here tonight.
Kinder Thulu, and he formed it in the form of a question. So I think that gives him extra points. Kinder Thulu with demiplanes. Demiplanes is the correct answer. Demiplanes.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, there we go.
Does Kinder have like a blue phone box, perhaps? Because he is killing it. Did he go back, listen to the episode, then jump in?
Yeah, that might be it.
That's awesome.
A blue D&D box.
Oh, of course. You know what? He's a Kinder. The answers are just in the pocket somewhere. He's got to pull them out. There's a spoon. That's my knife,
So
Boom.
I just got to know, Johnny, what is behind you on the floor? It looks like a pack, because I was thinking it looks like a pack of underwear. I'm just gonna say.
What?
I know why you're asking me, Michael. Here it is.
Well, you could have turned around the other way. I didn't need to see that.
It's a Blockbuster.
Barkbuster.
Video.
It's a Barkbuster.
Blockbuster underoos? What is that?
No, it's a Barkbuster. It's a dog toy.
Oh, yep.
Drool intentions.
Yeah.
It's for the dog.
It's for the dog.
It would be a giant German Shepherd, like right here with me.
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Mark, you wish.
So, hey, before I forget, happy May the 4th be with you.
Yay! Woohoo!
There you go.
And also with you.
And also with you.
And also with you.
And I did you see the 3rd season of The Mandalorian?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Man, it had some interesting filler episodes. It was really good at the last 3 episodes, not counting the finale. The finale was a good episode. The finale was a terrible finale.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it for Mark.
Yeah. No,
Unless-
I wasn't
Mark.
I wasn't as excited about this one. And I thought I would be, because going back to doing the things they were doing in it, I was really excited, and I just I don't know what it was. I can't put my finger on it. It's still, far and away one of the best shows on,
Yeah, it's great stuff.
But-
But yeah, there were filler episodes and there were episodes that when you look back on it, you're like, it made no sense that we watched an episode of this thing happening. And like I said, the 2 or 3 episodes leading up to the finale were really, oh my God, edge of your seat. I wish I could skip to next week and watch the next one.
Yeah.
And the finale was a great episode. The finale was just a poor finale.
Yeah, it
My
was.
2 cents.
But and I think part of my problem was they shouldn't have taken the 3 episodes of Boba Fett with the Mandalorian in it. They should have had those 3 episodes in Boba Fett in season 3 of the Mandalorian. And so it felt like they were filling it because they'd already used so much of this the storyline of him and Grogu and Luke and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and especially because if somebody didn't watch Boba Fett, because if you watch the end of season 2 of Mandalorian, Luke takes off with Grogu.
Right.
And then you come in to the first episode of season 3, and they're back together. And so if you didn't watch Boba Fett, you don't know why or how that happened. And I'm like, that's I don't think that's a good idea to go, well, if you want to know what happened, you got to watch this other show that wasn't really actually as good as The Mandalorian. So
I don't know, Michael. I think the Book of Boba Fett was a really great season of The Mandalorian.
True.
Exactly.
The second half of Boba Fett. Yeah.
I'm not knocking the pastel color Vespa Street Gang, but it was a pretty good season of Mandalorian.
Yeah, the second half of Boba Fett was a great season of Mandalorian.
Yeah,
but that's what I was saying. Just so disappointed. But I think they I don't know why Favreau decided to do it that way. It just didn't. I don't know. It was really weird. But Mandalorian.
Anytime Star Wars, I blame Kathleen Kennedy. It's just
No, I don't.
Yes.
No, because I think it's now Jon Favreau's baby.
Yeah,
she's in charge though.
No, she's not.
She's in charge of Star Wars. She's in charge of Lucasfilm.
I know, but not really. I mean, the
Right.
overall.
You can tell Favreau and Filoni are like tricking them. It's like nothing before we bought it as canon that was in the books, and it's like, okay, cool. And so they put Thrawn into the animated stuff, and it's like, oh, the animated stuff is canon, so let me just take all this stuff from Legends and put it into these cartoon shows, the animated shows, and look, it's all becoming legend again, or canon again, so much that the original author of the Thrawn trilogy rewrote them for current day Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And I think the high-ups have no idea that's what's happening because they don't know Star Wars that well.
That's
they
what
don't realize
it's not.
the
That's why
roles are being.
I'm
I
not.
think it's great.
I'm not going to talk about like producers and stuff like that. They usually don't know what's going on. But the people, Filoni, Favreau, they're the ones that are actually in charge of, what's going on, what's being put out in front of us.
It's a great example of what can happen when leadership says, "I trust you guys to tell the story. Go team."
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they run with it.
And unfortunately, that was part of the problem with the prequel series, where it was all hands-on by George Lucas, so much so that he had nobody saying, this is a bad idea. Don't go this direction.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to have people who own the company going, you know what, do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing. And of course, that's the thing is I've been watching shows for 50 years, and sometimes you're just going to have a season where you just go, boy, that didn't hit a home run, but that's okay, because there's going to be another one coming around. I mean, season 8 of the new Doctor Who was, with Capaldi's first season, was abysmal to me.
It was a mess.
I was not happy with how they treated him. I wasn't happy with any of that.
They put him in a handbag, and it was, and don't get me wrong, Clara was great.
Yeah.
But and the companions make the show, but not so much to the point that you had to put Doctor Who in a purse.
Yeah.
and just let her run things. And unfortunately that's what's happened with a lot of modern day writers. Is it's like, how do we make this person larger than life? Oh, make the ones around them
Smaller.
lesser.
Yeah.
I don't know how to write a good character, so I'm just going to make every other character terrible, and you'll really like the one that's not. And it's unfortunate.
And that's why I was disappointed. Now it came back with season 9, season 10 of the Capaldi's second and third were so good. They were so fantastic. So, you just get used to it. Every now and then you're not gonna hit a home run every time. And so I thought The Mandalorian was a little disappointing. Still a great show, and I'm looking forward to more. And I'm certainly looking forward to Ahsoka.
Oh, that trailer!
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious! Like,
I got killed when she said when it was said that he's coming back and he will be the true heir to the Empire.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah.
That's exactly what you were talking about, Johnny. Right? Like they're reaching back and they're making stuff that got pushed to the side. They're bringing it back in.
Well, and which is what they should do because the Legends stuff was fabulous. They were not all of it. Yes. Again, not all of it. Some of it was like, oh my God, what were you thinking? But the stuff that was really good, they could cherry pick and bring into the new canon, which I'm like, great, because that introduces it to a whole new audience. There are kids that don't know anything about Heir to the Empire or any of the Thrawn trilogy stories or anything, But now we can bring it back in, and it's cherry picked because there is some of the stuff in the Legends that you're like, what? Why? What were you thinking? This stuff they can go, okay, we can actually cherry pick and just put in the really good stuff. So,
so
now Vision started.
Yes, I haven't seen it yet. Have you seen any of it yet?
I haven't watched any of it. I kind of last night as I was going to bed, Star Wars Theory started his watch party live stream, and sometimes I like watching the watch party live streams because of the interaction with the YouTuber. But he just puts on headphones, leans on his hand.
Oh, no, that's no good.
People are like, "Are you frozen?" And then he'll blink, and it's like, so the chat stops talking about the show and starts talking like, is he frozen or is he truly just that motionless that it's interesting how he does it. Yeah.
I never, we should try that sometime. We should try watching something on here and actually commenting on it for the first time. I don't know. I do kind of like tend to zone out when I'm watching something, so I kind of understand that. I wouldn't want to do a YouTube show of me just zoning out watching something. I don't think that's entertainment, but I really enjoyed Visions.
It's the anime. It's the second season. It's the animated one. Last year they did the Ronin episode. They did the kid-friendly rock band episode. They did the episode where Luke and Leia were basically starships. Metaphor thing. It's Japanese Asian animators doing things in anime style for Star Wars, and they were let loose on do whatever story you want to do. Some of the stories are very Asian at their roots, and some of the stories are just I'm going to make a Star Wars story and animate it like it's an anime kind of thing. There's a nice variety, nice mix. Some of them, it was hit or miss. Some were amazing, and then some were like, oh, that was terrible.
But they were only 25 minutes long, so
story went right through them.
It's like great, and I thought, you're right. There were hit and miss, but the ones that were hits, oh my gosh, they were just mind blowing. So
I went back and watched a few. In fact, like Ronin was so good that they made a graphic novel, and they're talking about bringing it back and doing a series on it. And
it's great.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed that one a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let's see what else is going on. So, Pathfinder.
Yeah, heard of that one.
New books.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting thing that makes you wonder. Like, I think that there was probably at the company a plan of, we have this core rule book, which is like, it's a gigantic thing, and some people look at it, and we've talked about before, for the price it's incredible, like you should get it even though it's like $50, but how do we piecemeal that for people? And then they have Wizards of the Coast roll a 1 with the OGL, and all their product goes off the shelf.
Yeah.
So now they're going like, ding ding, here's our time. We got to reprint the books anyway. So let's go ahead and break them into the classic Player's Guide,
Handbook, DM's Guide, Monster Manual.
Player's Core and Master Core, something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I really think you're going to get a lot of buy-in for that too, because it's going to make the books cheaper. It's going to make them more manageable, and you can handle them easier. I know people who are like terrified at the thought of being a GM. They just want the player stuff.
I will not be a GM of Pathfinder.
I don't foresee people doing. Brooke, are you okay?
I'm good.
Okay, I don't foresee people doing. I don't foresee Paizo doing the thing that other game companies do, where this class was mentioned in the Dungeon Master Guide, so you need that book if you want to play that class, kind of thing. It's a race. I think it was a race they did that with, and a couple of other games. But yeah, I mean, I remember when I first started playing games, I didn't touch any of the GM storyteller type books because I didn't want to be that. I just wanted to be the player.
Right.
I thought it was great, and I would come to the table and have my books. And then I know I've mentioned this 100 times before, is I like the old days or even other game systems like Vampire the Masquerade that have the splat books for just your class or just your race, or with Vampire, just your clan, or Werewolf, just your tribe. Because when you show up to the table, everyone doesn't have the exact same book. Everything isn't centrally located. If I'm playing a rogue, I've got the rogue's guide or the fighter's guide. If I'm playing a Ventru or Simici, I've got those books. And it was just unique. It was a unique feel. And to me, it was like really good immersion. And people are like, well, no one's going to do that because then that's $40 for this book and then $25 for that book. And that's insane. Well, right now, that one giant book is $65. So if they pull that down to a $40 book and then put out a $20 book and then a $15 book, you're now paying the same amount, maybe $10 more, but you're getting everything you're going to devour.
Yeah.
If you're never going to be the GM, you're not wasting half that book on GM stuff that you're never going to use.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why
it makes it maybe good to have for like a rules reference thing, like could I do this or not? But also that's what the GM is for.
Right.
And
that's why I the core rule book, I'm like that. I mean, I did buy the pocket edition of the core rule book, but I would love to have a player's. I mean, it's coming out in November, and I'm like, I know I am buying the player core rule book come November because I want a book that is dedicated just to me as a player.
Yes.
No, I don't need a DM's guide. I don't need a monsters manual. I just need the player's book, and give me that. And I'm glad that they're doing that, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they write it, just toward the players. Because the problem with the core rule book is there's player stuff in the beginning, middle, and end, and sprinkled in there's also all these GM stuff. So it's like, I'm having to flip back and forth, and it's like, just give me one book that I can just have all my stuff in, and I'm really excited about Paizo doing that.
Yeah,
another reason they're doing it is just that, and that you look at the book and it's like attack of opportunity. You can do this when someone interacts, when someone does the manipulate action. Well, I'm going to cast this spell. It has the interact action. Well, interact, if you go to another page, interact has the manipulate tag. So you have to go to like 6 places down the line through the book. So they're going to I'm saying this for the reason that a lot of clickbait people are freaking out and going, is it a new edition? Is it 0.5 or whatever? It's a little bit of errata, not enough to be game breaking at all whatsoever. And it is to condense things into an easier to find format and to explain things better. One thing they're going to do is they're going to take away the word level from spells and call it rank. Call it ranks.
That's a good idea. I think that's been a problem with
it so much simpler to understand what's going on as a spellcaster.
D&D will never change that because it's just part of its core. It's been
ingrained,
but it's always confusing when you go, I'm casting a 9th level spell. Well, I'm 9th level. Can I not cast a 9th level spell? No, well, you don't get a 9th level spell till 17th level.
God, it's not like you guys are doing Who's on First again.
Yeah.
There was I think about the time of 2nd edition, there was a great article in Dragon Magazine that was really pushing them to call things like the character, I think it was character level, but then you had power and rank and something else. They really broke that up because in D&D, we use level for character level, spell level, the level of the dungeon. Like the word level shows up so much, you know. So that was
one thing I really love that Paizo does is if you're a group of 5 people who are level 5, I need to throw an encounter at you that's combat. So now I got to calculate your CR, look at the CR of creatures, how many creatures equal a certain CR, etc. Whereas in the Pathfinder book, it's a level 5 creature. Oh, well, I'm going to throw 2 of them at you. I mean, when we played a couple of weeks ago, Brook, I threw equal level creatures at you and just went from 1 of them to 2 of them, and you saw how like game changing that was. But I like that they're level. It's not like this is like 1/4 CR. No, it's a level 1 monster. It's a level 2 monster, and it's on par with you.
Yeah,
and that's really I really like the way because it makes building an encounter so easy.
Yeah. I like the challenge.
Metagaming. Go, Michael.
Well,
go.
I like the challenge rating because, again, as Brooke had just talked about, there's so many things that are already level.
Yeah.
And so, adding another thing that's just going to be level, that's just, I think it's easier to just go challenge rating. It's something only a DM understands anyway. Players should never know a monster's challenge rating or even its level, even if we're going to do Pathfinder, should never know its level either. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, Brooke, you're saying.
That's where you can really use those knowledge checks and things to try and figure out what's going on there. But I will say, metagaming wise, this one, it was a thug. This one thug steps out of the bushes on us, and we're like, okay, one guy, that was dumb of him. And then it's like, plink, plink, plunk, plunk, boom, and he's kind of still standing there, and we're like, wait a minute, what level is this guy? Like, we're all wondering, and so it was really fantastic when Johnnie pulled back the curtain about 3/4 of the way through and went, these guys are your level. Like you're encountering people that are your exact same character level, for lack of a better term. And it when it's mono a mono like that, as far as power level goes, it changes the way that, your expectation. It was wonderfully deadly. It was great. So it was fun.
You can look at their adventure pass and everything, and that's exactly how they do it. A party of 5 people at 5th level might come across 2 or 3 level 4 things, or 5 things, level 5 things, or level 6 things. And like Michael was saying, it's another thing with level in it, but it's a square 1-for-1 level. So it's like, I want this to be easy for this level 5 group, so I'm going to throw a level 3 at them. I want it to be harder, so I'm going to throw 2 level 4s. And so that, to me, it's like a nice.
But I'm confused about it. So you've got a party of 4.
Like, level 3 equals 7 of your levels. With that's where the ranking versus spell level thing gets. It always confused me. There have been times I catch myself going, okay, I'm level 9. What can I get? And I just automatically go straight to 9th level spells. I'm like, wait a minute, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But I'm confused by this. So if you've got 4 first level characters, you would just throw 1 first level monster at them?
No, you would throw a couple at them.
Or you would throw 1 4th level monster at them.
Oh, 4th level monster, that would go very fast. That combat would be over quick.
But that's, it doesn't sound like it's much different from it, but still it sounds like it's the same thing as a CR. Because that's the idea of the challenge rating, is you add up all the levels, and that's what the CR of the monster needs to be. So it sounds. But yes, you always need, as I think Ruffles and Falcor said, action economy is so very important.
We're finding that in the Red Dirt podcast, right?
Yeah,
the action economy is so important because. Even if even when it's there's a recent episode where episode 24 where some bad guys show up, but they kind of show up around at a time, and with your guys' action economy, even though they were equal to you, it obliterated because you guys had a chance to focus fire each time.
Just ask Kiri's frogs how much action economy matters.
Yeah,
Wow.
those poor frogs episode, what, I don't know, 20, 22, 23, no, 18, 17, somewhere right in there.
Yeah, I can't even remember, but no, it was early on, and we were easily knocking them out. But yeah, you got to think about action economy. You got to think about what your characters can do, and I hope the idea, I think, for whether or not you're playing Pathfinder or D&D, the level, the CR, you kind of got to think about one creature against 5 people. It's going to be difficult, even if they're just first level. Although you could in D&D, you could easily kill instantly with one attack. Pathfinder is a little harder because the HP is a little bit higher.
All the numbers are higher, so yeah, and yeah, it's like, and God, so many monsters in Pathfinder have abilities that are just made up for the monster and don't exist anywhere else.
Right.
Some monsters have 5 actions per turn instead of 3, and it's just the way it is. So you really can never get that mindset of, oh, it's cool. Another interesting thing. So, and it's just, it's kind of a weird, because people accidentally meta this. At low levels in Pathfinder, nothing has an attack of opportunity.
Oh, okay.
It's not until higher levels, or nothing that's humanoid would. If you were fighting a group of like elf and dwarf bandits,
Right.
but until a higher level. But yeah, you barely. I've played a lot of society games and 2 or 3 of the adventure paths all the way through, and you don't experience the things you're fighting having attack of opportunity until 6, 7, 8 level.
Wow. Yeah, that.
And so that. So at level 1, 2, and 3, you're just zipping around that board.
Yeah.
So
you couldn't do that in D&D.
Then you're like 5 foot step. Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to walk away.
Yeah. You couldn't in D&D. You got to make sure they've used their reaction before you do that.
Right.
Golly, 7:51 already. Jeez.
Flies.
I know, it's amazing, and we've been having a great conversation going on chat. What's been going on here on the chat, Johnny? Have you been watching this thing?
Kind of. They're telling stories of game things they've done. Kinderthul's got one. Last round I played, the character got so enraged he dimension door 200 feet in the air while enlarged to seek out 20 d6 of damage on the bad guy. That was a little more than we should have done.
I feel like that's the whatever character class, the barbarian magic user character class version of like off the top rope with an elbow, like dimension door up in the air, then come down. Wham!
Yeah, the other day we had Aiden came over here and ran my wife and I and his girlfriend through a Pathfinder first level adventure, and had so much fun with that. And it's so great having a son that is willing to be a game master, dungeon master. That's why you have a son, is so that he can run you through games.
I would be so blown away if at SoonerCon he could pull off running the epic and then running the special.
Yeah.
Running the D&D thing and then running the Pathfinder thing. It's just like, man, I would like make a special award for the guy. That's fantastic.
And they haven't come out with the times yet on SoonerCon, so we're still waiting.
There's no schedules or anything.
Well, which
I did get an email that said, "Hey, we haven't forgotten you, and you're on the program list. We just haven't figured it out yet. So give us just a little more time. We're almost there."
Well, and
which made me feel very good. I had a draft in my email of, "Did you guys forget me? Because I haven't heard anything."
Yeah, it's still a little less than 2 months away. So there is time, and usually I've not seen schedules usually till about 2 to 3 weeks beforehand. So we know we're going. We know we're going to be there. Yeah. It's just a matter of setting up times, because they've also got to deal with guests and their panels. I mean, guests like higher up guests than us. And figure out when they can be there. Maybe they're flying in from like LA or New York. You got to make sure that you can set that. I'm like, I'm going to be there the entire time. And that's what I tell Aslan, who's doing the program directing. I'm like, just shove me in whenever. I'm there. I'm not leaving for an entire weekend. I've actually got a hotel room. I'm not leaving. So schedule me for whenever you want. So.
Which they're already moving to the Overflow Hotel, which is exciting.
Yeah.
So
very good.
It's just
In the last
thrilling.
5 minutes, I want to do some chaos.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to wrap up the gaming conversation, and I'm going to jump right into a conversation about audiobooks. But I'm going to see if I can get the chat going. So to wrap up the gaming conversation is this. I wonder what the CR of the Pinkertons is. Hey, I've started listening to the audiobooks. I started listening to the audiobooks of the Twins Legacy of Dragonlance. And have you guys read those books? I don't know, Michael, if you have, or Brooke.
That's the second trilogy, right?
Yeah.
The
It
Time
was
of
just
Twins,
a better trilogy.
I got
is
one
the better
book in. I got about halfway through, and I just got distracted by other things. So I have read them, but that was back in the mid '80s. So
How's
So
the audiobook?
I'm listening to them for the first time, the audiobooks of them. I've never read the book or anything. The narrator is terrible.
Oh
I
no!
went back in the Audible and I looked, and it's 4 and 5 star ratings, but the comments mention nothing. Like the story's great, Dragonlance at its finest. Oh my God, fire this guy! And he reads every book in the series, and it's like he's reading it for the first time. It's so because there's a part where he's like, I don't think I want to go. Tico whispered. I think I should stay here. It's like, bro. And everyone's voice, like when Caraman comes in, everyone in the bar, everyone in the tavern is like starts mumbling amongst themselves, and they're all like, what is he doing? Is he drunk? I think he is. I don't know. Okay, but it's supposed to be like multiple voices, like gossiping.
Right. Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah.
They need to hire the Mysteries of Beatrix crew because they could do that. They could bring the voices.
Yeah, that's the best is the guy who does the R.A. Salvatore books, the Drizzt novels. And I wish I could remember his name, but he's so good. And for a while there, at like the early, because I listened to every Drizzt novel. I listened to the audiobook of every Drizzt novel all the way through, from back starting in '89 all the way through. And it was the same guy. And then sometime around 2000, 2002, I think maybe it was when Wizards of the Coast bought D&D, decided, we'll get a new guy in who was so bad. He mispronounced Luskin. I mean, just, and I'm like, it was horrible. It was horrible. And they finally ended up bringing the other guy back.
This guy refers to Tass as Toss.
Oh.
It's like, have you listened to an audiobook of Dragonlance? Yeah, and you would think after he must have read all 3 of them back to back, and they released. It's an Audible exclusive, and of course they've been out for decades, so it's not like it just came out and he just read it. They must have, before they had any feedback, he must have like already been in contract to read the other 2. It's ruining the experience, is what's terrible. And
that's sad.
It's just I sit at work, and if I'm not having to do too much stuff in my head and just being a keyboard warrior, I just put on an audiobook and go. And I listen to them while I'm driving in the car and stuff, and it's ruining the experience. I need to get the Dead Tree version of it and just hold up my hand and read it instead. Because
we should just get the casts of all the Red Dirt RPGs together and just make our own audiobooks with our own voices and just have one narrator and then assign different people, cast members, to just do voices for it, and that way, and just put them out as audiobooks. And I'll put sound effects and music to it. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
That is an incredible idea. Probably the last thing you need right now is to get like 7 different files where you have to place in all the times that Brooke was voicing Caramon, or whatever.
It'd be crazy, but I think it'd be good. I do get disappointed sometimes in audiobooks that they just don't live it. Now, some of the best ones, Star Wars audiobooks, can be really good because some of them will like actually do add in like sound effects and music to it, and it's really, really good. But yes,
I really enjoyed the guy who read the Tale of Ice and Fire, the Martin
Game
books,
of Thrones stuff. Yeah,
Game of Thrones. I really enjoyed that guy who did those books. That was really, really great. He did just enough voice inflection, without being over the top of, I'm a guy. He did a really good job. It was very, very, very wonderful to listen to.
All right, we got to take off here. Before we go, any parting thoughts?
Any last words?
Any last words?
Tune in next week to find out if Brook figures out what's going on with his power source on his computer.
Oh, that's so sad. Hey, so very quickly, of course, we've got merchandise. Go to reddirtdnd.com or reddirtrpg.com. Click on the merch tab. Buy some stuff from us. We'd love to have people just running around wearing Red Dirt stuff, because that's how, just ask Eskimo Joe's how important it is to have their face, in Japan. So if you're listening to this, go to reddirtdnd.com, click on the merch, and buy some stuff from us. If you can, become a Patreon member. We'd love to have you. We've got all new levels with all new stuff. You can get our episodes 4 days early. You can get all that kind of stuff. That's the $5 level, but you could also get maybe t-shirts, miniatures. You might even be able to get your voice on Red Dirt D&D.
Yep. So, get your voice in it, or you could name things. You could name NPCs.
Things,
yeah. Go if you haven't looked at our Patreon in a while, go take a look at it. It's changed up. Yeah.
And coming up on the 15th of every month, Patreon members of a particular level get to hang out with us in a chat room like this.
Yeah.
Not just in the chat room, but in the video conference room with us in Discord.
Just like this. Patreon.com/reddirtdnd. Again, patreon.com/reddirtdnd, or just search Red Dirt D&D in Patreon. You'll find it. Then finally, everyone subscribe to this channel. Please go ahead and click a thumbs up for this video, ring the bell,
I clicked it,
and let everyone know that you love Red Dirt D&D, because we're out on Twitter for as long as Twitter lasted. I don't know how much longer that's going to last. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We'd love to be communicating with you guys. And if you want to, go over to reddirtdnd.com and chat with us there. So, anything else? I think we got everything. But
please buy merch so that Brook can get a camera.
Yeah. And of course, Mysteries of Beatrix, new
camera of Brook.
Yeah. Mysteries of Beatrix aired new episode last night. They are on there right now. Go check out the latest episode of Mysteries of Beatrix, episode 5. Secrets of Monster Island coming to an end. Only about 3 more episodes left. That's it. And then the Red Dirt Outlaws. We check out the keys from the Golden Vault. That's going to be coming up the day after Memorial Day.
Oh, we're rolling right to it.
Yeah. We record this Saturday, our first 4 episodes. Yep. We are very, very excited about this. So that's going to be it for us. You've been watching Plausible Deniability. I'm Michael Cross.
I'm Brook Bullock.
Go.
Love y'all.